Hi everyone, this is Chelsea and welcome back to my Sims 4 speed build. It's been 1 year since my last Sims 4 speed build I posted on my channel, so yeah, I've not even been playing The Sims or building in The Sims since then. So this is the first time I've done any Sims 4 buildings since a year ago. So yeah. I'm pleasantly surprised that I actually managed to build something. I was kind of worried that I'll forget about all the cheats that I've used to very easily remember whilst I was playing The Sims, but I'm surprised I remember quite a lot of the cheats. I didn't memorize all the cheat codes though. That's what internet's for, I suppose. You look up cheat codes. I remember the easy ones like BB dot move object, and that's quite easy to remember. But who has the brain capacity all the time to memorize that career reward cheat? That's really long. You know, the really long one, that BB dot ignore something something and something something something. I didn't remember that one. Well, at least I don't have the brain capacity to do so. I'm pleasantly surprised I retained quite a lot of the ways of building in The Sims. I didn't completely forget about everything, so I'm surprised. I guess it's kind of like once you learned how to swim, once you learn how to ride a bike, you just, even if you don't swing or ride a bike like once a week or whatever, you never go back to it. You still retain the knowledge. It's kind of like one of those things, like, I guess, well, maybe it says something about me instead. Yeah, I play too much Sims. I probably say something about how obsessed I was playing The Sims, that I so much that I learned it by muscle memory or something. It's ingrained in my psyche how to building Sims, that I didn't even forget about it after not playing it for so long, I guess. So yeah, this build is heavily inspired by a cabin build, a real life cabin build by Jacob Wesley. I'll put his Instagram link down in the description below so you guys can check out his work. I heavily recommend you guys to check out his work because his works are amazing. He builds these cabins in the woods by hand, by himself. So these are handmade cabins. If you like stuff like rustic woods in the cabin that looks like it's been grown from ground up, it looks very magical, like a witch's hut, hovel, a hobbit's house, one of those words that's begin with H's. One of those things that if you're very into that sort of aesthetic, I would recommend check out his work. This is as close I can get to replicating that build. It's not 100% similar. It's kind of like sort of my take on the Sims version. And yeah, after I opened the Sims and I updated it, I was pleasantly surprised to see that Sims actually has octagonal roofs and round roofs in the free updates. I'm so surprised. I was ready, like, no, they're not going to give us octagonal roofs until, like, I don't know, 10 years in the future, maybe. So yeah, I'm so pleasantly surprised, which also linked to why I chosen this build to sort of do in the Sims game, build in the Sims game, because it does actually require a sort of octagonal roof, which I was going to use that. However, it didn't actually work out because I'm still annoyed at the fact that you can't sort of like crisscross. You can't have those hip roofs too close together. So yeah, it's kind of ruined the look that I wanted very badly. However, this is as close I could get without actually getting custom content downloaded. Yeah. Also, in the actual cabin that's by Jacob, he put moss on top of the roof, which, well, you think about it, mosses on roof, on wooden structure, you might think about it, isn't that sort of like counterintuitive, because moss grows on dead wood and because it's moisture and food for it, moisture for the moss to grow on it, wouldn't that ruin the wood structure? However, he explained on Jacob explained that his reasonings because he put wood and also he put aluminium on top of the wooden roof, and then he put chicken wire on top of that, and then he put fixture mosses on those chicken wire, so the moss never really goes direct contact with the wood structure underneath it. However, because moss also taking moisture, it's also a sort of protection, a extra layer of protection against rain and water damage, so it's actually beneficial to have that on the wooden structure. It does kind of like act as shingles and stuff, so it makes sense, I suppose. And also it looks fantastic. It just looks amazing when it's kind of in a forest and you have this sort of like moss on top of roof. It just makes the building looks 10 times more magical and more organic looking. So yeah, this build's been quite fun. It's very fun to do. It's very tiny, which I am very into tiny builds. I've been thinking about maybe I'll just become a tiny builder in the Sims instead of building anything else. I mean, partly because I also don't have time to do those like very long-winded builds like mansion. I do like a good old mansion and castle though. I really would like to maybe one day build one, but maybe I'll do a miniature castle. An idea for next time. Maybe I'll do a miniature castle and miniature mini tiny teeny weeny little mansion. Can you even call it a mansion if it's a teeny tiny one? Doesn't mansion that has to be strictly a giant like a 10-room structure, or a mansion could be a tiny one? Who knows? I'll see. Yeah, I'll do that. I would probably just become a tiny builder because I just don't have the time to do so. Yeah, part of the reason I kind of like didn't build in the Sims for 8 years because I just didn't have time. I had a full-time job, which I still do now. I hate being an adult. Why? When you become an adult, like you get a full-time job and it's just like, I don't have time to do anything else other than work and then go home. I'm so knackered. I don't want to do anything else. However, if you don't get a job, you'll be bemoaning the fact that you just don't have enough money. Why do I don't have any money to spend? And now I have sort of money to spend. I don't have time to spend it. I wanted to buy more games. I got a job, and partly because I really want to fund my hobbies, like playing The Sims. I would like to buy more expansion pack, but because I got a job, I didn't have time to play The Sims. Such is life. I work as an illustrator at the side as well, on top of my actual full-time job. So, which is part of the reason why I don't have time to build in The Sims anymore. I didn't have time to play in The Sims. I just didn't have energy to do so. But yeah, took me a year to kind of like restructure my life to fit in more hobbies so I can re-regulate my life better, so I don't get burnt out so easily. So yeah, this is my kind of like my first things for therapy build for myself anyway. So yeah, I'm back to building tiny builds. Tiny builds just takes less time to do so, and I can do it in one session because I don't really like building that takes like a week to do, because my attention span is quite, I don't have a very good attention span. I think I have a sort of a mild form of ADHD or something. I do something and then I'll just lose interest like very quickly. So I don't like to unnecessarily have my build that goes on and on for weeks and months. So yeah, part of the reason why I do tiny builds. And also I really like tiny builds anyway. I like tiny things. They are so adorable, and compact building, that's cute. And also I love a good puzzle. And because with tiny builds you need to think about certain objects, how you place them to make everything work and also fit together. I'm 99.999% sure that everything works in this build because I player tested it. However, I do recognize that because I use a copious amount of cheats, there's a possibility that some stuff doesn't work. it's a very good possibility, very like high possibility that bed doesn't work. The bed that rise above the ground. The cheat does work. When you have a bed that's risen above the ground, it does actually work in The Sims. It just means that when the Sims we want to use it, they will just glitch out a little bit and then you jump onto the bed. However, I have a feeling that maybe this bed doesn't work because I have problems sometimes with downloading these beds. Sometimes I guess if you download it and used it and for some reason your Sims can't get to the bed, I think the best way to correct it is either just don't have them risen up, just use it as a kind of a bed on the ground, and maybe just use a single bed. I think it has a single bed now in the video. However, I did change it to a double bed. I just think it would look more cool as a double bed instead of single bed. However, if you want to, you can use a single bed on the floor, or indeed delete something underneath it, because I think I placed something underneath the bed, which is kind of bad for me because I do remember that there's issues with these beds that if you place stuff underneath the risen bed, sometimes it doesn't work properly. However, that being said, I guess I'm more of aesthetic over function in this build a little bit too much. I guess I just like the look of it instead of the functionality. Well, yeah, I mean, realistically speaking, in real life terms, it works fine. It has a risen bed. Yeah, I did change it into a double bed. Good to know that I do remember what I did about a day ago. I was going to do the voiceover recording like yesterday, but I didn't because I went out. Instead of being a good person and stay at home, I went out to eat. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, Sims kind of for me is more like now I just play it because I don't become too obsessed anymore with playing games. There's a time in my life where I just like, I have to play games all the time because I just want to. However, now I don't. But I do want to. I came back. I did log into my EA account around Christmas time just to have a nosing through all the sales in the games, and I realized that there were like cat and dog expansion. Do you call it game pack or expansion pack? The cat and dog one that was on sale in Christmas, I didn't purchase it. I'm so regretting it now because back on Christmas I was even debating that whether I would come back to playing The Sims or even build anything in The Sims. I have not touched this game for a year around Christmas. I didn't even touch the game. I didn't open it. I only opened the EA just to have a nosy around because I was using the computer at the time. So yeah, I saw the sale. I didn't buy it. I'm so gutted now because I really, really want a cat and dog. I want cats and dogs so bad because I just want cats and pets. I'm into pets. I'm into dogs. I'm into cats. I just love them all the time. If I see a cat on the street, if the cat's willing, I will pet the cat until the cat doesn't want to be petted anymore. And dogs as well. I love dogs so much. I absolutely love dogs. I don't care what breed the dog is, if you're pedigree breed or a non-pedigree breed dog, whatever. I just love them so much. As long as you're a breed that's not, I don't know, detrimental to its health, I'm okay. I'm good. So I very, very much wanted to play Cat and Dog. I'm annoyed the fact I didn't get to buy it. Sad face. Yeah, so yeah, I guess this build also, when I was building it, I spent quite a lot of time just like scrolling through objects. I delete quite a lot of footage with me just sort of scrolling through objects, endless scroll. Even though I don't have that many game packs or expansion, whatever, purchased in The Sims anyway, but there's still a lot of objects. Yeah, there's still kind of a lot of objects. This build would look very good if I had some custom content, I suppose, to make it look more like the actual cabin in real life. However, I don't really like submitting custom content builds onto my gallery, because I just found it really annoying to download these things, because you have to work out like which custom content the person has used. Sometimes it doesn't work when the game updates, when EA updates again, it sometimes doesn't work, whatever. So I don't do that. However, I don't have anything against people use custom content at all. Sometimes I do download custom content, which I probably need to re-download a couple of like hundreds of custom content anyway, because I think I deleted all my old custom content because I wasn't very sure that it's going to work well with my game at all. So I deleted them and to re-download them. There's some Sims builder that's very, very like, the way they use their custom content are absolutely amazing. They do some very, very intricate builds. I have been thinking that perhaps I will do that as a separate kind of like speed build. I don't even know what to call it. Realistic build? Speed build, realistic build, Sims 4, realism or something. Custom content builds, when you have just loads of custom content, maybe it's something that people will be interested in. However, I don't know. Is anyone interested in my videos? Maybe nobody. I don't know. I don't know anything. Does anyone watch my stuff? Who knows? I just do it. Like right now, I don't have any like followings or whatever. I just do these things for my own benefit and my own amusement, because I enjoy talking to myself anyway. So why not record myself talking to myself, talking to everyone else that's imaginary? Oh yeah, I sound crazy now. Perhaps I need to get out more. But yeah, anyways, so I think maybe I'll do that. I will download some custom content and attempt to do a more realistic looking build, because now I kind of like function. I like aesthetic over function sometimes now in The Sims. I used to play a lot. I guess if I get the cats and dog, what about cats and dog game pack? Oh, well, I don't even know what they call it. Expansion. I'll just stick with expansion pack, because I have no idea what they call them now. If I get a new one, then maybe I'll go back to playing The Sims instead of just using it as a building tool. So yeah. About this build, I put a lot of like greenery and shrubberies around. I just thought that it would look nice. It looked quite interesting to have everything that's sort of like a mishmash together. However, yeah, it's not one of my best builds. I don't even think it's my favorite build. However, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not terrible. I sound horrible. It's like, this is not a bad build. This is not terrible. Trying to like convince everyone that it's worthwhile to download it. Yeah, please download my build. But I don't even think that it's the greatest one ever made. However, yeah, that's the end of the build, and thank you so much for watching, if you indeed watched it, or maybe if you didn't watch it, who knows. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Yeah, bye bye.